Hi, welcome. So I'm not really in the mood to be making mystery videos, but something important did come up in most recent time, and it's regarding the mineshaft, specifically the damage to it. Now, previously people believed it was caused by a hiker, another one, or a group, and then some believed it was due to natural weathering, and that's what caused the damage. In my opinion, I believe it's a human caused damage to it. The ultimate question is, was it done with intent, sabotaged to hurt someone else, or was it accidental, maybe a bit of reckless behaviour? Well, I think that can be explained in this video. As of just recent, Jeff Clark did reach out and send me a link to a key video of a group of people, group of guys actually exploring the mineshaft and actually going inside of it. Now, the actual date of it was uploaded just very recent, but when recorded, when they were out there, it was back in 2018. So it does fall in line with the dates, the timeline, because from 2014 to 2017, it virtually looked the same. But then if you fast forward to 2021, that's when you noticed the big difference. The missing brace at the top of the ladder, the support part, followed by missing rungs on the ladder. And even the second ladder itself, which dropped and went further into the mineshaft. Then it was trying to figure out what key year was it when the damage took place, 2018, 2019 or 2020. And from this recent footage, when the hike was done in 2018, it seems likely this was the cause of it. Well, let's just have a look at the footage first of all, and then we can come to a conclusion.
The cave that you guys all said was hard to do and scary as hell. Let's go.
You said, dude.
Down in the fucking dark. I know exactly where I'm going.
Watch those steps on here, though. Don't
I'm
rely
on the rock, dude.
Okay. Don't rely on the wood.
Trust me, I'm relying on this fucking rope.
Make sure you always have a grip, too.
Dude, I know. 3 point. This rope starts to
Yeah, because you're high. You're high up. That's why.
all my weight is on that fucking rope.
Yeah.
So don't.
Yeah, you're good, dude. That rope ain't going nowhere.
I know, but I have to keep leaning back.
The middle one, that's what he said. Is that a beam that you can stand on down there? Can you grab that rope that you're next to? That's caught? The fucking middle ladder just fell out. Huh? Okay. The whole ladder just went away. Tell me when, I'm gonna start heading down.
I mean, just to make note of quickly, the way they are descending into the mineshaft, it doesn't look exactly safe. I know they're using some kind of safety rope just in case the ladder does give out. They've got something to hold onto to pull themselves out, but it's not exactly wrapped around their waist, is it? So it's very loose. They don't have a harness on, they don't have straps, don't have those little clips or anything. So it looks a little bit dodgy. I can't quite see where the rope is tied to. It's past the view of the camera, so I assume it must be tied around a rock or something heavy. Now, to put it in comparison, when Jeff Clark went himself, yes, he used a rope as well, but he tied it around the top of the mineshaft, the brace or the beam of it where it was most secure, and then he descended in. I believe he had a harness on, or he had the rope attached to him as he was going down because he didn't trust the ladder. Whereas in contrast to these guys who are using the rope, it's not as secure. You know, if they let go of the rope, they're gonna fall in if the ladder gives in on itself. So it's just a quick thought to take in mind. I'm sure other hikers will know what I'm getting at. Now later on in the video, you might not be able to quite hear because of the wind and the sound disruption, but the guy who went into the mineshaft kind of talks about the ladder being unsafe, saying your best bet is relying on the rope itself. So yeah, okay, it does highlight that the mineshaft, the ladder is vulnerable and kind of rickety and dangerous in itself. Okay, fair enough. Let's get into the footage of them inside of the mineshaft.
Okay, guys. So, we made it down. That middle bladder part gave out on us, but we're down here safe. My battery's not dying so far. There's like a few more feet to go down.
So as you saw in the clip, they admitted that the middle ladder, the second one, gave out on them, hence it broke. So basically, they're responsible for the ladder breaking, and probably the rungs as well, missing. So that explains that, doesn't it? Case closed in that area. So it clearly shows that it was caused by humans, not all down to natural weathering, okay? So there you go. One thing to make note of though, it's interesting how, yes, damage was caused then, back in 2018. You would assume in 2021 it would be even worse, wouldn't you? When Scott Natal went, and yet he literally climbed right down the ladder without any safety rope, no harness, nothing, and he managed very easily. So that's kind of interesting. Really, the only unanswered question is what happened to the brace which was attached to the ladder across from beam to beam? What happened to it? It wasn't discussed or mentioned in the clip itself, but you could still see it intact. It was still attached. So did they break it off when they came out of the mine shaft? Did they break it off as a souvenir maybe? I don't know, because they didn't say anything or show it, them causing damage to that, only to the lower ladder itself. Now, just as a quick comparison, when Jeff Clark did revisit the area in October of 2021, Jeff did say, yeah, there was a bit more damage to the ladder, the mine shaft. It was even more unstable. Okay, a little questioning around that. And you look at the comparison pictures from 2018 to 2021, the brace is clearly missing. You can see the discoloration, the outline of where it originally was, and the fact that it was attached on with a nail and stuff, so it was quite secure. I think one thing to make note of, because of the way it's on, because it's on the outside, if someone was to start climbing down, just like how you saw in the clip, they go in from the side. If they were to put their hand on that brace, because of the weight and then maybe leaning back slightly, it's not going to break off the brace, you know, because you're pulling it towards you. You're not pulling it out of the socket, out of the nail, you're actually doing the opposite, so it should remain in place, right? Now, with everything all in mind, summing it up, yes, those guys are responsible for damaging the mineshaft ladder. Are they responsible for everything? Not quite, because we don't know about the brace. Maybe that occurred at a later date. We'll get into that in a second. The only other thing I just want to bring up now is this video was in 2018, so why was it uploaded now? Well, let's just have a quick look at the description of the video. So the description as follows: I never planned on uploading this video, but I only did so to remove some speculation about this mineshaft. Well, the description is pretty vague, hence it's open to interpretation. But what I would say, it does seem likely they are referring to speculation of damage to the mineshaft, the ladder itself, because really, what other theory could you go off? I mean, they went in 2018, maybe just to investigate themselves, to see if they could find anything, and because they didn't, they thought, well, what's the point in uploading this video? Hence the description, as seen on screen right now. And then in more recent time, with people talking about damage to the mineshaft, with me covering it on my channel, and a lot of people talking about it and receiving a fair amount of views as well, maybe these guys ended up coming across the video and thought, oh shit, we caused that, damn, we better clear things up so there's not as much confusion. Debunk stuff, end it. I mean, it makes sense. With that all in mind, from 2018, future damage caused to the mineshaft and the ladder, 2019, 2020, it would seem more believable and understandable now if it was yet just another group of hikers or a hiker that was curious and wanted to investigate the area. It would make more sense now after seeing this footage of an unknown group of individuals we never knew about just only up to now, in recent time, many years on, it does make more sense. It does make it a bit more understandable that there are other people out there exploring. But hold on a minute, you know, unless you've got evidence, unless you've got footage of actual people being out there, people accidentally breaking stuff or doing whatever, you can only base it off ideas and theories. If there's no evidence, you can't really reinforce it solidly, can you? But now we can. Now a little bit of mystery has been cleared up, in a sense. I'm not completely taking away that there could be someone out there or a group causing diversions or maybe damage, endangering people. That could still well exist. I mean, you could still put the argument across about the brace. Who would take that away and why? But it just seems a bit more believable now because there's actual footage I got to see, you got to see publicly. That's all that was needed at the end of the day. A bit of evidence to see it for what it is. That's it. If there was more footage of someone, you know, pulling that rock away, just simply investigating and that was it, then it would clear that up as well. But we haven't got that footage yet, so can only base it off ideas and theories. You know what I'm saying? So that just concludes this small video. I hope you enjoyed it and it cleared up some questions and confusion. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.